Hello guys, welcome back to the letter. So let's load game. I just want to get right back into this. Load game. Okay. So basically last time the thing was in our office. We were there overnight. Yes. Alright. It was far too easy to get them to pay attention. Enraptured. They hang on to every word and follow my every move. All of it would have been stifling had I not grown used to such stares. Most are respectful, some are hostile if we are honest, and a few more are downright inappropriate. After all, I am.
Hannah Wright!
Hannah Wright! Wait, I'm Hannah? Oh, yo, we're in chapter 2 now. Okay. There's a moment of agitation as a familiar but less than welcome face approaching me with a suggestive smirk on his face. Of course, I have to keep a benevolent smile and greet him as I greet any good friend. After all, this man can turn heads, being famous in his own right.
Officer Lee! What a pleasant surprise. I didn't think you'd have the time to attend tonight's party.
Why does he look like the pastor? He is more Luke's friend than mine, really, and I'm quite sure I only invited his wife. Much like I am only friends with the chief inspector because of Luke, Luke is only friends with Rochelle because of me. Unlike how I treated Lee, however, Luke never had his animosity for the Lee matriarch. There was an odd sort of friendship where we would have had awkward double dates. I don't even recall his first name. It started with an N, I think. I might be wrong. Aside from being chief inspector of Lexborn Police, his wife, Rochelle Lee Nivance, owns a General Electronics company, fridges and freezers mostly.
Oh, I always have time for my favourite socialite couple. Might I say, you look positively ravishing tonight. I see the husband isn't with you.
The way he eyes me up is enough to make my skin crawl. I just wish Luke is here to fend off the more unseemly of our peers. You know the ones. Men who are just a bit too friendly, staring too long at my assets and getting close just because my husband is not here. And to think they have the gall to do this at my own party, in my own house if I might add. But like any high society woman worth her salt, I know how to handle it with grace and dignity. So what happened to Isabella? Because we're just going right into the next chapter already. Weird.
I suppose you are looking pleasant as well. Luke's busy with work, unfortunately. Rochelle isn't here?
A shame. I do hope he isn't causing you much trouble. That husband of yours can be a bit daft sometimes, acting like he's still some young bachelor. The wife sends her regards and her apologies, but something came up with a doctor and she needed to attend to it. You know her being pregnant and all.
Yeah, I know her being pregnant and all. I know her. We make small talk. Rather, I'm forced to do so, as he would not leave my side after finding his place there. Mr. Majagger and I have been extracted from the few who flock in hopes of flattering, for I can tolerate them far better than Lee. He is a nice enough person, and I adore his wife, who is obviously the brains behind the two. But there is something unsettling about him. I do not trust him as much as I want to. He regaled to me tales of the Luxborn Police Department, a different affair to the usual gossip I'm privy to. And though I loathe to admit, is interesting nonetheless. I expect the topic to business to die out quickly, which would be understandable enough due to the confidential nature of his work. But oh boy, was I wrong.
So, wearing civvies, I steal and drive off with one of the police mobiles, right?
Yep.
In the mirror, I see the lieutenant chasing on foot.
Oh wow.
Screaming about theft.
Oh wow, that is crazy.
The look on his face was priceless when I parked it in the garage.
Oh my. You made him chase you all the way home for a prank. What did Rochelle have to say about that?
Rochelle's a strange love and hate affair with Lee. He's a married man who did not grow up past his early 20s, judging by the way he acts. Surprisingly, though, they've been married for a good 20 years. A lifetime if you compare it to my marriage for 7 years with Luke. On the other hand, well, Luke is no Lee. I should be happy about that, I suppose. Although my darling did have his moments.
Yeah, the wife pulled my ear and gave me a good talking to, though. Besides, we live in a flat a block away, so it wasn't much of a grand chase.
Weren't you living in a house near the countryside?
Yeah.
Moved for work, you know. Or you probably don't.
No, I don't. But a flat in downtown. I suppose if that's what you like.
Oh, it's horrid. Hate that tiny place, no matter how convenient it can be for work. 55 square yards are not enough when you need to get away from the wife.
Haha.
I wouldn't mind a place away from the city. Even started looking at the ads. I spied an interesting lot, actually. Heard it was finally put up for sale. That something mansion, you know the one with all the ghost stories.
I know what he's talking about. There are really only a few urban legends around here. It's...
The Ermagood Mansion?
That's the one. Worthy of a king it is. I'd buy it myself, but Rochelle would only gripe if I brought it up to her. Not to mention all the expenses a place like that would be a real fixer-upper. You also have to find someone willing to work there with how superstitious people can be.
If it becomes a problem, just hire someone to do an exorcism.
Actually, I do know of someone who could be up to the task. You remember the Ludgates party at their Christchurch summer residence?
Yes, I do.
Of course. It was an excellent soiree. Everything was so classy, too. Such good taste.
Oh, that place was a pigsty until they hired out this interior designer and they turned it into a bloody palace. She worked for the Exodus for their apartment in Soho too, and they recommended her when we were looking up pieces for our beach house in Porto Colom. I think I have a business card, right? No, I must have left it in my other check. Anyway, she's called, what's her name? Marianne.
Marianne, yes. Yes.
But truly, if anyone were to get that place in McCullough, well, they'd be the envy and the talk of the town.
Yep.
Well, if you put it that way, I might just snatch it up for myself. This place was starting to feel a bit small lately anyway.
Sure, a three-story penthouse might not fit the definition of small for some people. Okay, maybe a lot of people. But it isn't big enough to have grand parties in. As it is, I only invited about 30 people to this one, and it already feels cramped in here. It certainly would be nice if I didn't have to ride an elevator up and down several floors before I can get anywhere as well. All Luke's words, not mine. Besides, I've been looking for a good anniversary gift. Luke might like this one. Where is he anyways? October 21st? October 22nd now. Nope, this is October 21st. Luke is dressed to the nines, as he usually is. He looks ready for whatever the day will throw at him. His butler and valet wait at his side just in case he isn't as ready as he looks. Oh, sure, that is normal. What's confusing to me is the fact that he is on his way out of the penthouse, considering he won't have anywhere to go until much later.
Where are you going?
I am to attend the Triad Autumn Tasting. I do believe I informed you of this 2 weeks ago.
Yes. And might I remind you that I had stricken that off your schedule? Because 1, the doctor told you to stop consuming so much alcohol. And 2, I informed you a few days ago about the open house we are going to attend in its place. I've even found this marvelous interior designer, Mary Ann McCullough.
It's a 3.5-hour drive to Cardiff. I don't have time for this. This is like that little party you threw all over again. You don't inform me of it, and you expect me to stay and be a gracious host when I have business elsewhere. You know how I operate, Hannah. Unless this was penciled in, I am sticking to my schedule.
If I may intrude, the madam is correct. Your physician did insist you moderate your drinking, unless you wish to incur acute pancreatitis. And you did have this open house penciled in last Wednesday morning.
Bollocks, I don't remember doing so.
Well, you did. While very hungover, in fact.
He did. Moaned about me being too loud, but gave in after some pushing. Perhaps I was a bit too cruel and manipulative of me, but...
Whose side are you on?
Come on, Luke. You promised we'd do whatever I want this weekend.
Gordon Bennett, fine. I am giving this house tour of yours a chance. But, if it proves to be a waste of time, I am going to Cardiff, and you are going to take a cab home.
Damn.
Are we clear?
This is a bit of a husband and wife tit for tat. All couples have their arguments. Once the honeymoon phase is over, as they seem to call it, reality sets in that you and your partner might not always see eye to eye. Perhaps it has been the years. 7 of them is nothing to scoff at.
I just cannot bloody believe I agreed to this. I was really looking forward to the triad tasting.
Shut up. Sometimes I think it's something a bit more than just simple disagreements. I have to stop myself from wondering where we went wrong.
There's always the Triad Christmas tasting in Manchester next month, and that'll only be an hour and a half drive.
Have I been neglectful? Have I offended? Have I acted shamefully?
Yes, but Cardiff.
Shut up. That's not even... Certainly, any problem can be discussed. As long as it doesn't turn me away.
Well, there goes my good mood. Are you happy now, Hannah?
Well, defend myself.
Yes, I am very happy, Luke. Because for once in a very long time, we are doing what I want. I'm ecstatic. Understood? And this would be perfect if you stop acting like a child who needs their nappy changed. We will be leaving after lunch for the Ermengarde mansion. You are going to park your rear in the car and keep mum. And you are going to behave during the tour.
Needless to say, Luke looks a little bit shocked at my little outburst. He opened and closed his mouth a few times, struggling to reply, before he crosses his arms to look like, well, a moping child.
Any more rules for this little excursion of yours, Your Highness?
No wine.
No wine? Unacceptable! I am already not allowed to the tasting, and you would deprive me of that simple pleasure?
If I see you take one sip today, I will put the stocks under lock and key. Do you understand me?
Don't forget the bottles he keeps in his dresser.
Whose side are you on?
How many times in one day can you ask that?
As many times as I need you, traitor.
Yeah, honestly, I'm on Luke's side, maybe. Ride to the museum. This is the same way. I know this road. Isabella used to go down this road. Until she might have died. I'm not sure. Who knows? Oh, there's the Realty Corporation. Meanwhile, I'm conflicted. I don't know if I should apologize for changing his plans like that. By the time we arrive in the mansion, I see his eyes light up in genuine interest. Apologizing is the last thing on my mind. The whole affair with the Ermengarde mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The place has been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claim to be acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something baffling, a fairy tale or a period piece. It is tastefully decorated and with a little bit of love and attention. I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I can call home. And the number of other prospective buyers that have come for the powerful, wealthy of Luxbourne certainly did not disappoint, making this estate as prime property. The Lees are amongst the group who went with the Rose woman, and I saw a few other notable fat faces, though I do not feel like mingling. Unfortunately for every one of them, the Wrights are interested in buying. What's been bugging my mind, however, is that Isabel. What is her problem? I still don't quite understand what is happening. One moment she is scrambling to give us the paperwork to finalize the sale, then she is panicking over some sort of prank letter or another. The second thing on my mind is how touchy my darling husband is being towards the poor dear. I cannot even plaster a smile on my face, a horrid scowl taking its place. There's no way I can pretend nothing is wrong as I hum.
And I'm sure little Lily here would certainly appreciate it if you remove your pretty hands from her,
He's quick enough to distract his hands, which is all that the girl needs to, for a lack of a better word, escape.
I think I need to step out for a while. I'll be back.
Her partner follows, shouting after her without hesitation. There's an awkward air among us, as we are left in the wake of whatever that was. The others murmur and gossip with each other, speaking of the poor, daft girl and telling the tale to whoever was not audience to the act in the first place. Not take too long for the woman Rose to return and pull us aside into the study for what I rightly assume is damage control. Rose invites Marianne in too, hoping to apologize to her as well. But the woman refuses, saying she's not one of her clients anyway. That leaves myself, Rose, and Luke, the last, all too eager to make himself comfortable in the study. He's no doubt already claimed as his own.
I can't apologize enough about what just happened. Please forgive Isabella. She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young and all those rumors about this being haunted just got to her head. And it must be this terrible heat too. Not a drop of rain for days now.
Oh, it's fine. The poor girl must feel so embarrassed about what she just did.
She's already probably gone off with Ashton by now, honestly, in the storyline.
But I say, let bygones
Be bygones.
After all, she's only a child.
Yeah.
She looked, what, 19?
I shoot Luke an accusing look at these words. After all, he tried flirting with the girl. The nerve of him. And not only that Isabel girl, but also Marianne and Rose too. What kind of husband would think that it's even a remotely good idea to make moves on 3 different women while his wife stands there? Do you drink while I wasn't looking?
She's a bit older than that. But again, I apologize. And if there's any way I can make up for what just happened...
I know what you can do. Be a darling flower and get us one of those bottles you plan to serve. Pop it open.
We were planning on serving some champagne. I can get that.
That would be lovely. Much obliged.
Do you want a glass as well, Miss Wright?
Oh no, I'm fine. I really shouldn't be drinking right now.
And Luke shouldn't be either. But right now, I'm just too tired for any sort of argument. I don't have the heart to scold him in public as well. I'm certainly not his mother. I just want to get this horrid day done with, go home, and sleep. Perhaps I'll even have a strong cuppa before I head off to bed. A cup of tea! Yeah, that sounds nice. When Rose comes back with the champagne, I beckon her over. As I have told her partner before, I have every intent of acquiring this house. I might as well, even if I am having second thoughts about getting it for Luke. The moment we, the Wrights, had expressed interest in this place, we've had eyes set on us. If we don't buy it, might as well be the signal to have busybodies gossip about how we may or may not have lost our fortune. Regardless of the fact that it is false, I mean, just everything when dealing with these people. These are the unspoken rules for people such as ourselves. And besides, I really did like the place. Everything here is absolutely wonderful. Well, except this ugly painting in the study. It looks like a bad fake of an Edward Munch painting.
Here's the deal. I'm willing to pay 10% higher than your listing price.
So what I was gonna say about that is insane that painting's there, because what the hell? That's what killed That's what killed Rose, and might have potentially killed Isabella. Isabella, are you still alive? Please tell me you're still alive. Isabella, I hope you're still alive. Oh, Isabella, I love you, Isabella. Not in that way, though, but, like, I love you in, like, a friendly way. Like, you're a really nice person. Like, I just played as you forever. Oh, this game is too much for me.
If anyone tries to outbid
Bid
us,
us.
just add another 5%.
Exactly, girl.
I doubt anyone can, of course.
Probably true.
Or, you know what? Just add 15% to the listing price, and we can sign all the paperwork now.
That sounds like a great idea.
I guess, if that's what you want. That won't be any trouble.
Yep.
I don't have all the papers now. Didn't think this would be a quick sell. I'll have copies sent to you so you can look over them. And if you'd still like to finish the rest of the tour with Isabella's group, you're more than welcome to.
No, I think we're good here. We'd appreciate a private tour of the place a lot more, I think.
That sounds good.
All right. Should I let Marianne in then?
Alright, she's been waiting outside the study this whole time, hasn't she? I'll need to have a little chat with her to move the slow mansion project forward.
Please do.
There's a look of apprehension when the other woman enters the study. Yet, like a professional, I see the moment when she steels herself and masks her worry. Admirable.
We have this project then?
Of course. Will you be needing anything from us?
Having the floor plans would be a great start, just so that I can look at them beforehand. And if you could tell me when you're available for a meeting so that I can include it in my calendar?
Oh, is a meeting really all that necessary, Marianne? I guess we could send Johans to help you out. You two can start by getting rid of this ugly painting.
A hush falls upon the room at my request. And lo and behold, the painting is gone. In its place, a mirror stands, which leaves me to look at my own confused expression.
Odd. Well, no matter. Back to the topic at hand. Marianne, dear, we are simply far too busy to meet up.
Exactly. Or perhaps maybe I should.
But I guess we can free up a day to meet with you. I don't really need another Maudlin Monday reading about Maury anyway. The book club can function without me for one day.
Exactly.
What time shall we be seeing each other? How does lunch sound?
Lunch sounds great. Besides, my house has a higher priority over the book club. Why, we can hold the next meeting in its place. Surely the beauty and grandeur of it all will inspire spirited and lively debates about whether modern-day writers could match up to the classics. I might as well clear up the rest of my week to handle whatever affairs buying this mansion requires of me. I'll have my fill of great parties and gatherings, especially when I organize them myself.
That sounds good. Although, with a project of this scope, we might need most of the day to tackle your concerns. A more thorough inspection of the place is also preferable.
Breakfast then. It's a date.
It's really not.
All right. Monday. 10 o'clock sharp.
It is a date. We're about to get freaky, Marianne. No, I'm joking.
We'll see you then.
Yep. Actually, Marianne suggested that we meet at 9, but who is even awake at that unholy hour? I was lucky enough to wake up this morning before Luke went all the way to Cardiff. We say our goodbyes, shake hands, and make it clear without outright saying it that we now own this house. By the time we left the mansion grounds, sunset is almost upon us.
So, you really want to buy this place then? That's a bit of a big impulse buy, even coming from you. Not that I'm complaining.
Well, I'm glad you're not complaining like you usually do. It's a right and proper Christmas miracle, isn't it? Hannah has finally done something right.
I refuse to look at him, staring at the passing scenery instead.
Buttercup, what's with this cheek?
Rose, Lily, Mint. The nerve, Luke, the nerve!
Rose, Lily, and Mint. Bro, what? Lily and Mint? Rose is the only one you got right there.
Is that what this is about? One, that woman's name was Rose. And two, you know I don't mean a word of that empty flirting.
And it's still the principle of things, Luke. I understand if you try to woo them to get what you want when it seems that I'm not looking. But I told you once before not to do it when I'm there.
Luke dealt with other women in the past to get what he wanted. Sometimes I have my doubts. I really want to believe that I am an exception, that he's not just using me like how he used those other girls. I'm having a hard time believing that now. It isn't just a shameless flirting. That's something about that Marianne woman, as if Luke is familiar with her. Much as it shames me, it makes jealousy rear its ugly head. I am, suffice to say, ticked off.
Really? I forfeit my trip to Cardiff for this, and you're still not happy.
Oh, trust me, Luke. I am very happy. Very happy that, for once, we are doing something that I want.
Okay.
Can you not see the smile on my face?
It's only when I let loose these words that the truth hits me like a slap on the face. And by the looks of it, it seems like they to have the same effect on my dear darling husband. It's always been Luke wants to do this and Luke wants to do that, hasn't it? I don't remember the last trip we went on, which was of my own choosing, without needing to get the man's approval. On the other hand, I was pulled along to get to every single expedition he wished to tackle, and I never objected. The rest of the ride home is spent ignoring each other, pretending the other didn't exist. Arriving at our penthouse, my first order of business is to get into bed. Okay, guys. Damn. That wasn't even a long video. I'm going to end this video off here. Journal. There's something I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing something. So did I already save? Save. I'm gonna do a little bit of research off camera, just to see what I can find, kinda. I'm gonna quit for now, and I'll see you all next time. Yeah, bye-bye. No, we're playing as Hannah now. That's actually really cool. Alright, bye-bye. Bye for real now.